Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Universal Awakening. Sorry it's been a little bit since my last video. Just part of this whole journey, I guess. Um, kind of an in and out on figuring where you're at and um, what your next course of action is and how to grow. And it keeps you pretty busy along with, your personal life. So again, sorry it's been a little bit since my last video, but onto this one now. I don't really have anything in particular um, that I want to go over for this whole video, but just kind of a broad range of things since I've been out for a little bit. Um, first and foremost is probably the law of attraction. That's going to be the bigger one. For those of you who don't know what that is, about 8 to 9 years ago, a friend of mine told me about this movie called The Secret, and had me watch it with him, and it was very eye-opening. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically, we're raised to believe that we need to grow up, lose our imaginations, don't worry about what makes you happy, but get a job that makes money, make as much money as you can, be successful, and that definition of successful for how we're taught and raised is strictly money and what everybody else thinks that's in your life and around you, which is complete horseshit. But to get married, settle down, find the love of your life, we're never taught, I mean, at least I'm sure some of us are, but about digging deep and finding out who we are before we even think about going out and looking for somebody, which in the end, in my opinion, looking for somebody is a waste of time, because that through the law of attraction, the people that you're going to have the most impact on, and they're going to have the most impact on you, are going to be the ones that find you, and vice versa. Not by searching, but by just allowing the universe, or if you want to use the word God, or whatever religion you are, to do what it does best. So we go through life searching outside for these things, a good career, money, happiness through somebody else, when instead we should be, first and foremost, doing whatever makes us happy. And people argue, well, it's today's society, and I have to make money to support my family. Well, that's the cool thing about the law of attraction is you do what you love doing, and what drives you, and what you're most passionate about, and you forget about the money and just succumb to that faith and knowing that you'll be taken care of, just like it says in the Bible. Having the faith is the biggest thing. So anyways, this law of attraction is the complete opposite of that, and it's what we think and what we feel manifests into our life. And this is a very broad subject, and one I definitely can't cover every aspect of with one video, but it's legit. And if you've got that scientific mindset, like I've always have too, it's proven from scientists that it's legit. They've done numerous experiments and tests. For instance, they took a cardboard cutout, punched two square rectangular holes in it, and they're firing photons or some form of light at this piece of cardboard that had these two holes in it. And the first test they ran it, I think it was three scientists that were running the experiment. The first time they ran this experiment, the three scientists were there observing, and so what was happening is their manifestations and what they were thinking and what they were predicting and what they were expecting is what was playing out in this experiment. And they were firing light particles at this piece of cardboard. And in the first experiment, when the three scientists were there, after the experiment was done, some of the particles went into the left hole, some of the particles went into the right hole, and some of the particles hit the actual piece of cardboard, which is how, anybody who doesn't know about the law of attraction would expect it to. But they ran the same exact experiment, set it up to start after when they left, and they wouldn't go back to see the results until the experiment was finished and complete. And on the second experiment, when there was no expectations or thought involved from outside influence, the results came back as if every single particle went to the left hole, every single particle went to the right hole, and every single particle hit the whole piece of paper. And if you think about that for a second, that is every single possible scenario that could happen, did happen, all at the same time. And for our mindset that's basing things off of the way we were raised, we think that's impossible. But that just shows you how much your thoughts and feelings affect your surroundings and your life. We get stuck in this rut of, these are the relationships I always find, and I can never seem to make any good money, and if you really focus, analyze those thoughts, you'll see that they're all negative in one way, shape, or form. And that's what you constantly say to yourself, and that's what you feel with your being. So, especially when thoughts and feelings are on the same page, the manifestation happens even quicker and faster. And when you start to realize that the law of attraction is legit and everything is connected around us. If you're a Tesla fan, he talked about it in all of his research. Many other scientists did as well. That every single fiber of being anywhere at any point in time is connected. And again, I know this. I was there before I stumbled upon the law of attraction. Even 8 to 9 years ago, when I started trying to use it, you have to realize that it takes a while to reprogram your mindset and your way of thinking. From for me, for instance, that was 28 to 29 years of the wrong way of thinking about things. And so at first it's hard to do, it seems like, and it's something that just takes time. And so 8 to 9 years ago, when I watched The Secret with this friend of mine, it all made sense to me. And so I started trying to use it in my life. And of course, just like we were raised, you'll try something, and then if it doesn't work instantly or happen the way you expect it to, you automatically think to yourself, well, this isn't real, this doesn't work, so why even try it? So you fall out. But once you get to the point where you realize the expectation has a huge impact on how the law of attraction works, because anything you're thinking or feeling manifests back into your life. So if let's just say you're wanting money, and you're just hell-bent that you think it's gonna come from here, or come from this person, or come from that person, it never happens how you expect it. It happens, I can promise you that, but it's never exactly what you're thinking. It is in the most unexpected places, and I think that's more of the beauty of it, because when it does happen, it's affirmation that, holy shit, I wasn't even thinking that I would get anything from there, or I would meet a person like this, or money would flow to me like that. But like I said, that's the beauty of it. It comes from those unexpected places and things. And so I've been diving deep here in the last probably month on the law of attraction and using it in my life. And I mean, I've been attracting people like I've never met before. I've always thought I was kind of alone with my viewpoints and my morals, and what I like to do, and what drove me, and where I was at, on a spiritual level and things like that. I felt like I could never meet anybody like that. Looking back, that was me manifesting that same thing over and over and over again. But now that I've let myself succumb to the law of attraction, and have the utmost faith that, yes, my thoughts and feelings do manifest those things into my life, then you'll start seeing people coming into your life from the most unexpected places, that you've always wondered how come there was nobody else that was like me. Money comes from, here in the last month, I've had checks come in from, overpaid doctor visits that I had no idea. It's just, you're thinking, okay, well, a job's going to come in, or I'm just going to get cash dropped into my lap, or so-and-so's going to give me money. And like I said, you'll realize real quick that the most unexpected places. And so people have been coming into my life that are positive, and a lot like me, that help me grow, and I'm able to help them grow, with no negativity, in the picture, like I've always manifested. Money's coming in from the most random of places, whether it's actual checks, or jobs for my business, or what have you, or just a certain way things fall into place. And so, another big aspect of this whole manifestation and law of attraction is gratitude. I found that is one of the biggest things, and it helps in so many ways in your life, more so than just attracting those things into your life. Once you take the time here and there on a daily basis to be grateful for what you do have, the universe is going to start sending you more of what you're grateful for, because you're constantly thinking positive, happy thoughts, and constantly having those positive, happy feelings about the things that you have that you're grateful for. Where you used to think like, oh, this isn't enough, or I need this, or I need that, and that's more along the lines of the selfish side of you, instead of realizing what you do have and what you are blessed with, and being thankful for those things. And that's a huge, at least in my experience, is a huge boost, as far as making the law of attraction work for me. And not just that, but when you start thinking about what you're thankful for, it just gives you happy thoughts and emotions, and makes you appreciate the things that a lot of us look over on a day-to-day basis. And so, just like in the Bible, when it says, have faith, and once you're able to, like I said earlier, succumb to that and just let yourself go 100%. And I know it's hard at first, as a lot of you may know, because like I said, I was there when I first saw The Secret, and I was just under the impression right away, like, oh, this stuff happens